It's white to play in this position, folks. That's a perfect position to talk about today's subject. Fundamental chess calculation skills now has video content on Chessable. The course won the Best Tactics Course of the Year award in 2023. Many people asked me to record the main chapters, and that's what I did, including 36 new positions to the course. Fundamental chess calculation skills, folks. Calculation is arguably the most important skill in chess, but it's also a complex one. In this course, I'm breaking it down to its core so you don't get overwhelmed. I'm teaching you all the fundamental steps of calculation in the shortest possible way. Three-ply calculation, folks. That's the shortest possible line to calculate in chess. If you do it only in three-ply deep context, then later on you can go deeper. What I'm teaching you with this course is all the fundamentals of chess calculation, including generating several candidate moves for ourselves on the very first move, looking actively for the best move of the opponent, and setting our goal properly. Are we playing for a mating attack? Is it a tactical situation or a positional one? Just like in a real game, no one is telling you whether tactical solutions exist. You need to figure out yourself what the goal is. I did it by involving tactical and positional puzzles in this course, folks. It's white to play in this position. Please, what are you seeing? Should the bishop take on b4 or e5? Before you execute your move, you need to actively search for the best move by the opponent. So you don't play hope chess. You become like a scientist. You try to find counter evidence from the world before you make your move. That's the fundamental step of chess calculation. And we humans have confirmation biases. We tend to look at the bright side of our ideas all the time. And that's when blunders happen, folks. Please, if you take on b4, try to visualize without moving the pieces. Bishop takes b4. Can you see the alignment on the fourth rank? You're creating two loose pieces aligned on the fourth rank. So, which move is the best for black at that moment? Yes, folks, rook a4 is allowed and you're losing one of your pieces. Can you see it? It's an extremely short line as well. This one should be seen by white. Suddenly, there is no way for us to save one of those minor pieces. We are losing a piece. Very short line, but the mindset is the most important. Now, bishop takes e5. Please look at the move bishop takes e5. Again, it looks like you're creating an alignment on the e file, don't you think? You have to become like a scientist. Yes, it looks great to win a pawn, but what if it's a blunder? Two loose pieces are created once you take on e5, and black can exploit your blunder. And now we are talking about seeing that third ply, folks. Can you see our response against rook e8? Yes, we have the move d4 and we are actually protecting our bishop on e5 and we avoid losing material. Can you see the beauty of this? Short but crispy calculations I will be giving you in this course. You'll be constantly engaging in giving yourself choices on the very first move and actively search for the best reply for the opponent and push yourself to see that third ply. If you do it properly, consistently, effectively, then your chess will elevate. You'll become a much stronger player, folks. I did my homework. I got lessons from educational psychology. This book is great. 10 Steps to Complex Learning. I framed my instructional design using this book. I'm giving you all the fundamentals in the shortest possible context, simple possible context, without losing the big picture, without allowing isolation and fragmentation. We are working on the whole skill of real calculation that involves all these elements, but we are focusing on the simplest possible line to calculate, three-ply calculation. It's white to play in this position, folks. This is one of those positional patterns, positional mini plans. There's a separate chapter in this course on those positional themes. I selected the most important positional ideas, actions that I'm teaching you in this course. Later in the final puzzle chapter, you'll be tested involving mixed puzzles. It also involves those positional ideas. Just like in a real game, sometimes you need to make simple decisions. White to play, folks. What are you seeing? We are down a pawn. We must play actively to get something from this position. Can you see? Our king is much more active than the black king right now, but there is no real progress to be made. It would be a great idea to somehow destroy black's pawn structure on the king side and enter in with our king on that side. Once you set your goal properly, tell me one good looking idea for white that involves very short, crispy calculations. And you're a great player, folks, if you found the move h5. What is h5? It's called destroying a pawn chain, right? g6 and f5 is a pawn chain for black. By playing h5, you're basically destroying the entire chain. For what? Your king will gain ground on the king's side. Your king will invade the king's side as a result. I'm teaching you this positional pattern in this first chapter, positional mini plans and ideas. And once you learn this, folks, once you see the strength of these ideas, then you can apply it on a very similar situation. I will be later on testing you with a similar task that involves the same thought process, right? h5 is a beautiful move. There is no way for black to hold the pawn. Well, if they play knight f8, I take anyways, and I'm taking on f5. I gain the pawn back and my king became excellent. If you don't react, I will take on g6 with a great position. And if you play g5, well, very short calculation. My king is invading like this. And if you take on h5, as we mentioned, again, king g6 is coming and you're collecting everything on the king's side. You see, that's the only winning move for white, the move h5. Extremely logical, but if you've never seen this idea before in your life, then you don't maybe see it. And now once you learn this pattern, I'll be teaching you, folks, in the course on a very similar position like this. It's white to play. What should white play? Can you see the best move for white in this position? Now, it's called analogical reasoning. I want you to find the analogy between the first position and this position. Can you apply the lesson I just taught you to this position, folks? And you're a great player if you found the best move, a6. You're destroying the pawn chain on the queen side. No matter what black does, you will gain ground on the queen side. Your knight will improve as a result as well. If they take on a6, what is your move? Of course, b takes c6, and now this guy is becoming a huge pass pawn. You just created an extremely strong pass pawn. You also weakened the pawn on d5 as a result. Can you see the function of this positional mini plan? You take on d5 and white is completely winning this position with c7 to follow. Go back to a6, folks. Destroying the pawn chain. Nimzowitsch taught us this in his book, My System, and I'm now testing you with this beautiful idea. a6, if they take on a6, we know exactly what to do. If they don't take on a6, you will take on b7 and the game is over. Well, if they go b6, then you take on b6 and this guy is queening, right? After a6, in fact, there is no real way for black to fight. That's the game-winning move for white a6. And if you've never seen this pattern before, as I said, then it's very difficult for you to see this idea. Chess is mostly a game of pattern recognition, and I'm teaching you in this course crucial positional plans and patterns and chunks as well. Then you will be able to apply it in a mixed format in the final puzzle chapter. That's the final strength of this course. It's a mix of positional and tactical puzzles, and you're simulating a real game environment as a result, right? Just like in a real game, you need to set your goal properly. We are really engaging in beautiful training in this course, folks. I got great feedback from the community. This was the best tactics course of the year in 2023, and that's why I also did the video edition for all the main chapters. You'll be listening to my thought process for all positions, and that's also great for beginners. When you see a strong player breaking it down for you, all the logical connections and the reasons why those moves are the best, that's also great for learning. I'll be giving you all these ideas, and later I'll be testing you, as I said, on an analogous task. That's also great for learning. That is used in other domains. When people teach other complex tasks, that's a great way to teach people. First, show them the solution. So they don't get overwhelmed. Their working memory resources don't get overwhelmed. Once they learn it, then you test them on a task that shows deeper similarities, right? Just like in these two examples I show you. I did my best for instructional design as I said, I also wanted to help my own students with chess calculation. Calculation is the most important chess skill. If you get better at that, folks, then your chess will really improve. There are 4 different difficulty levels in this course, so you will stay on the sweet spot of desirable difficulty. As you grow stronger, then you can tackle more difficult positions, and you will be constantly supported by me in this course. You can ask me anything on the platform and I'll be answering you maximum in 1 day. I'm very active as an author to give you feedback, folks. I also included 36 new positions for this course, so my old students, you can also go and enjoy those new positions. That's one of them. White took the pawn on b6, and this will be your homework, okay? I want you to write to me on YouTube your answer to this position. I want you to engage in 3-ply calculation, short calculation, and tell me the correct line for black. We are always engaging in calculating a line and not only a single move in this course, which means you need to see one move for yourself, one move for the opponent, and your reply against that move. Hence, shortest possible line to calculate in chess. Expecting your answers to this beautiful position, Jan Timman with the black pieces. And now I will let you to go and check the course. Link on the video description. There's money back guarantee, folks. You can always get your money back within 30 days after purchase if you don't like the course. But I assure you, you will love the course, folks. I give my heart and soul into it, and I'm expecting your feedback. Please tell me the impact of this course on your chess game. Thank you so much, and wishing you all the best. Bye-bye.